Now, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that the hype has been increased, ladies and gentlemen. Wizard101 just dropped a pretty juicy producer letter, and they are bringing in the heat. I'm telling you, they are bringing in the heat. I'm going to read the whole producer letter, so it'll be a longer video than usual. Let me know in the comments below on what you think about this whole thing. I'm just going to read it right now, and you guys can go on their website also, and you can read it yourself. But here is the main thing. My dear wizards, the snow gives way to sun. I can't concentrate because of the music. I'm sorry, Krokotopia music. I just can't right now. This is really fire. I'm not gonna lie. This is really fire. So basically, these producer letters are pretty much just a recap of all the other things that come in the spiral. I usually don't read these because I don't really think there's anything new or anything exciting, but apparently in this producer letter, they are bringing in some crazy, crazy changes. And I'm talking about PvP type of crazy changes. So without further ado, I'm just gonna read it. I'm just gonna read the main part. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but let's just get right into it. Yeah. Without further ado, I'll just read the whole thing. So, the dear wizards, my dear wizards, the snow gives way to sun, the cold gives way to spring, and as an enthusiast of all things warm, hot, and blazing. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at this. I couldn't be more excited. I also couldn't be more thrilled about the new and shiny changes to come in the spring and summer. So let's chat about them, as well as some adjustments to the construction process of these updates. Let's recap what's happened thus far, what will happen, yada yada yada. First of all, I would like to welcome Redbeard, aka Ben Durbin, back to the Spiral as a new lead designer. So it looks like they have a new lead designer coming back, so that's pretty cool. And then, doing all that stuff. But moving on to the recap, in the spring update, the first thing you'll notice is that we've continued Wizard City's revamp. We've polished every corner of Triton Avenue, Cyclops Lane, and my home, Firecat Alley, as well as many of the other zones, which conclude the Colossus Boulevard and Haunted Caves. Basically, the only exception is that Crab Alley didn't get any revamp yet. But going on from this, on a recent King ISO Live, the community asked how long does it take to revamp an entire world, and then the answer after doing it twice is about 2.5 months of the entire art team for half of a world, which means that it's a significant investment. Okay, so it's a little pricey to revamp most of the worlds. Basically, what they're trying to say is that it's a little expensive, so I don't really expect the whole entire game to get any graphical changes or updates, but it is a pretty pricey investment, and it really is nice to see Wizard City revamped and all that stuff. It's nice to see it look new and fresh and all that stuff. But going from that, we've considered continuing with Krokotopia and beyond. Specifically, we feel the dialogue and story could be adjusted, the worlds could be made more lively with the ambient creatures, more cinematic touches, and the cast of characters could be punched up and with more dynamic personalities. But right now, we've got a lot new ground that we're really excited to break. So we're not planning as a thorough makeover for the rest of the game as we did for Wizard City. So yeah, like I said, mainly the top priority is Wizard City. I don't think they can really revamp the whole entire game, but we'll have to see in the future. But moving on from that, let's go over everything that happened in the spring update. I actually don't need to read this part. I actually already know what's happening in the spring update. But 7th character slot that has finally come in the Wizard City. Not Wizard City, the Crown Shop. If you do want a 7-character slot, you do have to pay 18,000 crowns, so it costs 18,000 crowns. It's in the shape of an elixir, obviously, and it's going to be in the crown shop. The next thing that they've also added in is the new skeleton key bosses. I haven't really farmed the wooden skeleton key boss, even though I get plenty of wooden skeleton keys from the gold skeleton key boss. And I have farmed the Gold Skeleton Key Boss, which gives me Elegant Gear, which is basically the same as Corporal Tennyson. Corporal Tennyson also drops Elegant Gear and all that stuff. But I'm really digging it. I like it. I'm debating, should I stitch the hat? I'm not sure if I want to stitch that, but either way, I kind of like the Elegant Gear either way. Now, a lot of people said that you can get a Shadow mount or Ether mount throughout this boss. I don't know if that's completely true. Oh, excuse me. I don't know if that's completely true. Because I have farmed the Gold Skeleton Key Boss a lot, and I haven't seen any mount. And I've read from other people that they also haven't gotten them out, so maybe I'm just unlucky as always. You guys know how I am. But yeah, I've been farming a lot, and I'm starting to run out of gold keys. So now that I've got Elegant Gear, and I pretty much have like all the wands, because that boss also drops some wands, pretty decent wand. It's a little bit up from the Paradox wands, but I would probably just still use the Paradox wands if I ever get the Life wand, which probably won't happen. But yeah, it's a pretty cool Gold Skeleton Key Boss. Pretty cool. And then the Wooden Skeleton Key Boss, that's going to be in Crab Alley, right at the entrance. And then the Gold Skeleton Key Boss is in the Northwest Aeroplanes. I know a lot of people were talking about, like, oh, where is it? And yeah, so it's in the Northwest Aeroplanes. Go check it out. So we also got the treasure card display when you can display your treasure cards. Pretty cool stuff right there. I kind of wish we had the treasure card vault, but in this little letter that they're making, they kind of explain why they're releasing these updates a little bit slowly. So we'll go on with that. They've also added more monstrology. You can now capture spiders and colossus. And we have some new UI options, which I can show you right now. The new UI options. I'm sorry, I got to swallow. I'm sorry, man. So, you got a video option. You can change the UI size. So, you can go to huge, like big, huge. Or you can go to large, regular, small, or tiny. I kind of like tiny, but I might try out the other UI options a little bit more. You can also change your, whatchamacallit, you can change your window to borderless, meaning that if you're ever live streaming or you have multiple monitors or anything, you can basically change it to a borderless type of feature. You also got your teleport effects, but they don't have the new teleporter effects at the moment. I'm trying to look for the, what was it? The borderless thing. What was it? I don't know where it was. Oh yeah, here it is. So you can either go to full screen and you can select on borderless. Pretty cool stuff. I like it. We'll have to see about that or what happens in the future and all that fun stuff. But moving on from this whole update, we're getting to the juicy part. Bear with me. We're getting to the juicy part. All right, here's what it is. All right. But now, without further ado, here's what's coming soon to the live realm. So here's what's coming soon on Wizard101. The expand your bank and backpack elixir. Not backpack, we already have that. The expand your friends list. So basically, there are going to be elixirs in the crown shop, and you can basically expand your friends list or your bank. Or you can do both. But yeah, they have those elixirs. That's going to be cool. Express yourself. Basically, they're going to be adding in the teleporter effects. They're going to be adding in some dance, more like premium dance emotes that you can buy in the crown shop, similar to, you know, what it is. But yeah, they're going to be adding in some new dance emotes. They're also going to be adding in the con dance game. Now, this is cool. You can actually craft this con game. You can either get it off the crown shop for about 2,500 crowns, or you can craft it. So I'm really thankful that we're allowed to craft it. I'm glad it's not like a crown exclusive, because I really like the con game. Like, out of all the mini games, I think the con game is pretty fun, especially if I'm playing with the viewers or anything. I think that would be a fun game to play with the viewers. I don't know, I just think that would be cool. And now the decathlon, now this is important. While y'all are so eagerly awaiting the next week decathlon, meaning that next week, I believe, is when the decathlon will activate. So let's go, guys, the decathlon. So if you don't know what the decathlon is, it's basically this type of treasure card only type of 3-stage gauntlet type of thing. It's a pretty fun type of event, and it will keep us busy while we wait for the next world update. At first, I like it, but then after doing it for a couple hours, I was just like, why am I doing this? And also in the decathlon, you can buy these little bundle packs where you can basically buy the rune stones and all that stuff with crowns. And then I kind of just lost taste in it, and I was like, oh, okay, well. But it's fun. Try it out. You don't need a membership. It's totally free. It's going to be in the Wizard City Library. You have to be at least a level 10, I believe, and once you reach the prerequisites, you can go in the Wizard City Library, and you can also participate in the decathlon, and you can fight against the leaderboards and all that stuff, and do all that stuff. Bring your best treasure cards. That includes minions, not monstrology minions. Rest in peace, monstrology minions. But yeah, just have fun with it. Try it out. It's pretty fun. And the Hands of Fate weapons you can also craft. So make sure you craft those weapons because they're pretty cool looking. Now, this is when we get to the actual juicy part. Like, I'm not lying. This is when everything might get a little bit severe. Now, this is when I talk about the treasure cards, decathlon, and beyond. This is when I'm a little bit skeptical because they are going to be doing a lot of changes to the game lately, or soon, basically, and this is going to be rough. So I'll read it, and you guys can just understand or just listen. Let's take a moment and discuss the design thoughts that led to the decathlon to be a treasure card only combat challenge, and our decision to remove enchant treasure cards from vendors, which we have temporarily reversed. So, they are confirming that they did do this on Test Realm, and they were going over it with the community. Some people were really mad because they took out the treasure card enchantments from all the vendors except the bazaar, I believe. So, I'm going to keep reading, and you guys can just listen again. Basically, going in through this, the decathlon loot drops, crafting recipes, or using arena tickets. So those are some available ways you can get treasure cards, but not yet. At the end of the day, we want treasure cards as well as other resources in the games to be valuable and interesting. There was a pervasive, I'm sorry, I really suck at this, pervasive thought through the community that we made this change because of the decathlon. That is not entirely correct. Okay, alright. So they said that they didn't remove the treasure cards out of the vendors because of the decathlon. That's what this. Okay, alright. I'm just kidding. I believe them, but I have my suspicions. But this is not entirely correct. It's a very chicken and the egg conundrum. When we started reviewing the framework for the decathlon, we looked to another line item of the spring update, the treasure cards vault. Why was there a need for so many treasure cards? Are we going to give out so many, or are we not important enough to use them, or both? Instead of simply solving the problem, we wanted to ask why the problem existed in the first place. We looked at our own usage. I know. I have almost the data and read up on the community sentiment and decided that we wanted to make treasure cards something integratable into both this event and our game ecosystem as a whole. However, now this is the header. However, we plan to hold off on removing enchant treasure cards from vendors until after we address a few key concerns brought up by the community. So the treasure cards will remain at the vendors until they address the concerns. Meaning, I think they're thinking about it. They are thinking about removing the treasure card enchants. Scary stuff, because I usually get... Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even get treasure card enchants. Yeah, I don't even get treasure cards enchants. I usually get them from whenever I harvest my plants, or I just get them as a regular loot drop. You can buy them, but it's just like, I don't need to. The only time I've bought treasure card enchants is at the Wizard City Bazaar, not at the Arcanum. So I would go to the Wizard City Bazaar, and then I would just stack up on Pigsy duplication. which if you don't know, is when you basically get a treasure card enchant. For example, let's go to the astral spells right here. So let's say the sniper, right? This will put accuracy on your spells. If I put that on basically a regular Pigsy spell, which I have, you can basically make it into a treasure card. And with this case, I have 107 Pigsy treasure cards, and I have 56 treasure cards, 59 treasure cards. So, the duplication really does come in handy whenever I'm doing PvE bosses. I wouldn't really consider it doing PvP because I personally just don't like PvP at all in general. I wish, I don't know, I mean, every time I've done PvP, nothing good ever happens. So I generally just don't like doing PvP. Even though I do have Jade Gear, I mainly play this game for the PvE, for the missions, for the storyline. And I think that's where Wizard101 should focus attention on, but they should also focus on PvP as well, because PvP is popular in the community. And that's what they said in the whole thing. That's what they said in this. They said that they want to try and balance out PvP, and they said that they want to make changes to PvP. I'll keep reading on. We recognize the variety for reasons treasure cards created by the enchant are very valuable in PvP. In the coming updates, we'll be taking a very in-depth look at the PvP system as a whole, stem to stem, with a focus on reworking it from the ground up. We want PvP to be enjoyable, fair, and engaging, which it's really not. It's really not enjoyable for both our veteran crowds and our new folks alike. We want to address the underlying concerns about randomness, some core combat mechanics that may not translate well to PvP, and much more. Yeah, like Guardian Spirit and a Maycast Pigsy's pet that you can only get from the Kroger stores. Something like that, maybe the Maycast Pigsy's pet should not be allowed in PvP, considering that you can only get a Maycast Pigsy pet from the Kroger store during a certain month. Look, look, look. This is a touchy topic. I know a lot of people are gonna come at my house. Look, I'm not gonna say anything else, but I'm just I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But what if PvP was entirely different? We have some great ideas and concepts that we're excited to share with you in the future, and we want our dedicated PvP community with us every step of the way as we revamp your system. So they are basically going to be reworking PvP. So, I don't know if that's gonna be scary for all you PvP people out there, or I don't know what's gonna happen, but just keep that in mind. They are gonna revamp PvP for the good or for the worse. So, I'm gonna let you PvP veterans or PvP people figure that out. Let me know what you guys think. Think it's gonna be good or bad, but I don't know. I'm pretty excited. Even though I don't do PvP, I'm excited to see what type of changes they're going to make. Now, going back from this, second, there are concerns about removing these treasure cards in PvE, both at the beginning and the end of the game. Medulla, Medulla, Medulla. We keep hearing feedback about the game that Medulla is blocking point in our mainline story. We've attempted to turn down his brig bring once, which they did. He used to have 125 health, but now they dropped him to 100,000 health. And now, they said, but it sounds like he's still too smart. Okay. Here's the thing about nerving all these bosses. Here's the thing, I have a thing. Like, okay. Medulla. Okay. Look, I don't want to be mean to all you wizards out there, but if you are struggling with a boss battle, all I'm going to recommend is that number one, you can't solo everything, okay? Sometimes there are going to be bosses where you're going to need a team for. Number 2, you can't be wearing level 5 gear. And I've seen so many people in Beastmen Fight Club, in Storm Titan Maelstrom. I've seen I've seen so many people with ridiculous stats that it's not even like it's generally not even funny. Like the gear that I have witnessed is not funny. You're either gonna farm for Malistaire gear or you're not gonna try. And I think that's one thing I really don't like about doing team ups is that you never know what type of gear that you have to get. I'm not saying that you have to get Jade gear like me. I mean, God forbid, you don't have to do that. But I am trying to say that you should at least know what stats you're running. If you're going to be a Storm Wizard, but you're going to be running like 5 damage, I'm like, wait, what? And you just be like, oh, I'm healing. Be like, okay. And for all you Death Wizards out there, remember, you can also attack. Like, you don't always have to spam bad juju. You can always attack. Like, don't listen to anybody. Just attack. And just in general, I think that people should work on their gear. Alright? I'm not saying you have to have, like, God gear. Alright? I'm not saying you have to have God status, okay? I'm trying to say that you guys, you gotta put down Waterworks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you gotta put the Waterworks down. If you're level 130 and you're still using Waterworks, you gotta put it down. Alright? I'm sorry. There's other gear out there. You just gotta put it down. And I feel like when they nerf Medulla again, it's not gonna change. Like, literally, nerfing Medulla, it's not gonna change anything. Personally, I don't care who they nerf, right? I've already beaten Medulla on Test Realm, on Live Realm, before the updates and after the updates. I've beaten all the bosses before the updates, right? Here's the thing, though. When all these bosses are getting nerfed, it makes me feel accomplished when I beat it on Test Realm. You know, I play a lot of Test Realm, and I usually record a lot of content with that. And so, whenever I beat that hard, difficult boss on Test Realm, or whenever I do a Beastman Fight Club run, I feel proud about myself because that's before a nerf, or that's before an update. Now, personally for you, if they do nerf Medulla, which they obviously are, that's what they're referring to, when they do nerf Medulla and people are still having trouble with Medulla, maybe it's not the boss, maybe it's just the wizard. And that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's just not the boss. Maybe it's just, you know. Look, I'm just saying. People just, I don't know. People wear bad gear. I don't know. I love you. I love you guys, but you gotta look at what you're wearing, all right? You gotta look at what you're wearing, all right? You can't be going in battle with like 5 resist. Okay. Okay, we're done talking about this. I'm not even gonna read the rest of that, but you get the idea. Medulla is getting nerfed, all right? Look, hey, calm down, okay? Everybody, close your eyes, take a deep breath. We're gonna read the next line, all right? All right. So, going on for that, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. Now, this is a spiral's view, looking at the bigger picture as we forge our way into our 11th year of Wizard101 and beyond. We'll be scrutinizing the entire game experience. We have a responsibility to ourselves and the community to consider what will help Wizard succeed and be thriving at our 15th anniversary, our 20th anniversary, and beyond. Wow, a little confidence right there, Wizard. All right, all right. I respect that. I respect the confidence. We want to have a wonderful game for new players, enthusiastic community that's been with us for a decade or more, while we consider any changes to long-standing conventions carefully going forward. We will absolutely consider them if they make the spiral better for everyone overall. Dude, I have so many ideas to make the spiral better for everyone overall. I know there's a popular one. Make Wizard City free. Alright, even though that won't happen, and I'll make a video on that separately. Make Wizard City free. That would be pretty cool, you know, having Wizard City free. That would make everybody enjoyable in the spiral overall. What else? Make the barbershop gold. Or make stitching cost gold. Like, if I could stitch my gear without having to pay crowns, that would just be, I would literally be the happiest person alive, and that would make everybody else happy. Like, if I could just do that with gold, like, why does stitching in general cost, like, crowns? Like, what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any crowns. I don't have any crowns. What else? Ooh, I have another idea. When you sell a crown item, give it a crown back option. So if you do sell a crown item, you can get some crowns back for it. Now you don't have to get the full crown price back. You can just get some crowns back. Hey, hey, look, like I said, just call me up. Call me up, King Hustle. Call me up. Call me up. Call me up, bro. Yes, but yeah, they'll be making some new updates in Wizard, basically. This is definitely just the tip of the iceberg. Now this is where it gets really melting. This is when it gets to the melting pot of thing. I read this and I was just like, whoa. I was just like, that is really, really, really arousing. So let's read it. This is definitely just the tip of the iceberg regarding our future plans. We've seen the immense popularity of the decathlon event and want to expand upon it. And we're planning yet another event with more gameplay, the likes which hasn't yet been seen in the Spiral. We are looking to make like the Beatles. That is, have players come together and reward you for it. We're looking high and low for ways for new and veteran wizards to enjoy their time in the Spiral more and more. And there's that crack in the wall in Old Town to explore. Once the red tape clears, perhaps it will be time to finally see what's beneath Wizard City. They keep teasing us with that hole, man. I'm not going to have membership by that time, but oh, oh my, I, I'm excited. Alright, that's all you need to know that I'm excited. We'll be traversing unexplored territory in our 11th year in very exciting ways. We want you there for every step of the journey. So, as always, we want you to keep an eye on what we're doing, and give us feedback on what we're thinking and our test realm content. We're always looking for more ways to involve the community. It's a great time to be a wizard, and we're glad you're along with the ride. See you in the Spiral. Leia, Professor Falmea Rubin, Senior Producer of MMO Content. Boy, that was the most spiciest, most mysterious thing I've ever read. Ooh, okay. So, to wrap this whole thing up in case you just woke up and you were asleep, PvP is getting reworked. They're adding another event prior to the decathlon, so they're adding some other event that is going to bring the players together and reward us. Are they talking about 8-player raids? I don't know. I'm excited. Alright, I'm excited. They've also talked about the treasure cards. They've talked about, taking the treasure card enchants out of the spiral, not spiral, but out of the vendors. So they've talked about the whole like treasure card thing. I think that was the reason for that is because of PvP, like I think mentioned. So I think that has to do with something about the PvP, not the decathlon, like they said. And also the other updates like the teleporter particles and the new dance emotes and the bank and friendsless elixir, that is all coming into the Spiral soon. All of that is coming to the Spiral too, including the treasure card vault, which I can't wait to get. There is a lot of heat in this producer letter. It makes me wonder what's in the hole in Old Town. It makes me wonder, I don't know what they meant about that new event. They said a new event. Like dude, I'm excited. Like what are they talking? Are they bringing in the heat? Look. all I gotta say is that they are bringing in the heat, my boy. They are bringing it in. Also, remember that Medulla is getting nerfed. Remember that. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you for making it to the end. I know it's a very long video, but I don't know. I just feel like making long videos. But thank you for watching this video. That is insane. I'm a little shook. Like I'm shaking. Like they said they oof. I have too much stuff in my head right now. Alright. Let me know in the comments on what you think is gonna happen in the spiral. Let me know what you're excited for. My name is Sizzle RJ / the one and only Richard Unicorn Caller. And okay, calm down, Tiger, calm down. And I will see you guys later. Peace out, and thank you guys for watching. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited.